Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Vince and Al podcast. I'm your host for today, Vince, and this is my midweek segment. Normally, we end up uploading a midweek segment on a Wednesday. However, due to the high popularity, that being the number one trending on YouTube, the Star Wars Last Jedi official trailer. It is so hot right now, and you guys know that I'm a big fan of Star Wars, that I had to upload this today. That way, the majority of you guys can see this before this is already a one and done thing. But let's face it, this is going to be trending as probably in the top five for the next week. Star Wars is such a hot property, and this trailer is probably my favorite Star Wars trailer I have ever seen because it shows us so much we don't understand. But that's what I'm here for. I'm going to break this down. We're going to see Snoke. We're going to see Luke. We're going to see Kylo Ren. All of these big name players together in one trailer. And this is an amazing trailer. Now, I am going to play the trailer as I'm speaking to you, and I'm going to pause it on certain scenes. So what would be even greater is if you can watch the trailer while I speak. Like you have it next to you on silent, and then I'll be speaking over it. That way you really have a sense what I'm getting at. So, the trailer, which I'll play in a minute, but the very first shot of the trailer opens up with Kylo Ren standing all alone in what appears to be the First Order Dreadnought. The First Order Dreadnought is like the First Order version of the Super Star Destroyer. He's standing in there, and if you look closely, it is a AT-M6, AT-AT, and First Order AT-ST Imperial Walker factory. So apparently that mega ship that is Snoke's, the Dreadnought, it appears that it's also a factory all in one, unless this is a First Order base we are unaware of. So very interesting. The biggest thing I'm going to talk about, though, in this breakdown is the characters. What each image is showing us about this character, and this image shows Kylo Ren just alone. It's a big room. There could be somebody with them, but he is alone. This entire trailer explores that Kylo Ren has grown from the last movie. Some areas in good, some areas bad, but it just seems like he's more conflicted than ever. So with that, I'm going to go to the next scene.
When I found you.
So right away, that when I found you, that is Supreme Leader Snoke talking. And listen very closely as to what he says.
I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
So, a lot of people think that Snoke is referring to Kylo Ren. When he found Kylo Ren as a child, which that's creepy within itself, but when he found Kylo Ren as a child, he was raw, he had all these powers he didn't even know what to do with. And he found him, and he knew that he was something truly special. I will reflect on this later, but I do not think Supreme Leader Snoke is talking about Kylo Ren. All these trailers, breakdowns, all of this, everybody's speculating, of course he's talking about Kylo Ren. I think he's talking about Rey. When Snoke found Rey in Force Awakens, he said, if what you say about this girl is true, then bring her to me, because he was amazed by the power she might behold. Later down the line, in this trailer, you're going to see Snoke with Rey. I think he's saying, Luke doesn't want to train you because he's unsure, but when I found you, I saw a true greatness in you, and that's why I want to train you. So now I'm going to go back. You're going to hear Snoke talking again, but it's going to be the scenes where he's not talking. So after that scene with Kylo Ren standing alone, it cuts to the planet called Crate. Now I think this is the climax of the movie. Towards the end, there's a giant lineup of AT-M6s, the guerrilla walkers, if you will, for the First Order. Next to them, what a lot of people don't realize, is there's a little baby gorilla walker next to them, and that is in fact an AT-AT. Now, is it an exact AT-AT from the Empire days, or is it the First Order updated AT-AT? I don't really know. The biggest thing you take away from the shot is, yes, the AT-M6, they're their arms, if you will, are shaped like a gorilla, the way it's bent forward. But the biggest thing I see right now is Kylo Ren's shuttle in the sky. That was the iconic ship Kylo Ren flew around in Episode 7. Here's what we don't know. Is that Kylo Ren's shuttle, or is that like a First Order shuttle? It was never specified that only Kylo Ren has that class. Because if that's only Kylo Ren's, then what does a First Order shuttle look like? What does Snoke ride to get to a planet? Or General Hux or Captain Phasma? They have to have a First Order shuttle, similar to an Imperial shuttle, with Agent Kallus, the Inquisitors, Tarkin, all those big name players. So I happen to think that ship is not Kylo Ren's, that's just a First Order shuttle, and I do believe that to be Snoke. Because my big theory about this movie is Kylo Ren will die before the battle on Crate. Just a theory. I could be wrong. I do have evidence to back it up, so I happen to think that will be Snoke riding in that shuttle. That's why he's so heavily guarded by the ATM-6s. Moving on.
I saw raw, untamed.
This next shot is absolutely incredible. One thing you can tell about Rian Johnson's style is just how beautiful this movie's going to be. With Crate, this crystallized planet, Canto Bight, the casino planet, Ahch-To, where, Luke is living on that island. It's going to be so beautiful. In this next shot, you have Kylo Ren flanked by a bunch of First Order snowtroopers. They are on Crate because of the crystal-like detailing, so that tells me that it is also very cold there, similar to Hoth. Therefore, you have snowtroopers. And what a great scene, Kylo Ren with a battalion of snowtroopers behind him. It reminds me when Anakin marches up the temple for Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith. It's Anakin with all the clones behind him. So then in this next shot, they have Kylo Ren picking up his lightsaber. This is towards, I'm guessing, the beginning of the movie where he's training with Snoke. Why do I think this? Because if you look in the background, you're going to see two red cloaked figures. Those, as we know, are the Praetorian Guards, Snoke's honor guard that protect him. Now, I do believe those are the Knights of Ren, because the Knights of Ren, there's 7 of them, and they're high-ranking in, protecting Snoke and dark side acolytes and all that. Well, the Praetorian Guards, there just so happens to be 7 of them, which they all have randomized weapons, similar to the Knights of Ren. If you don't believe that the Knights of Ren are not the Praetorian Guards, I think you're crazy, because it's an exact parallel. So that's the first time we do see Praetorian Guards that are not in toy form. By the way, notice how Kylo Ren is wearing his helmet at this scene. Keep that in mind.
Something truly special.
And then it cuts to Rey with her lightsaber. We've seen this before. Classic Lucasfilm logo. And a lot of people are talking about Luke's mechanical hand. What happened to the point where it's mechanical now? Did the artificial skin, did all of that rub off? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But my theory is that whatever happened with the burning of the temple and all that, something might have happened to his hand, or he's able to connect with the Force without any skin.
Me has always been there.
Then this is very interesting. They have Rey climbing up these stairs at a very foggy part of the island to a spiky dead tree-like structure. There was leaked photos a really long time ago of this giant tree that was like a dead tree, and that's where that Jedi book is inside of. That is where Rey is going. I think this is one of her final trials when training with Luke, similar to how Yoda sent Luke into that little cave on Dagobah.
And I was awake. And I need help.
And these shots are just absolutely beautiful. They have a shot right now of Rey at 47 seconds in, where her lightsaber is exactly at the camera, similar to how paralleling Kylo Ren in Episode 7, how his lightsaber was right at the camera, in the opposite direction. Fascinating.
I've seen the draw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
This is probably could be the most underlooked part of the entire trailer. A lot of when Luke was just speaking and he's bug-eyed and he's not scary, he's scared of what he is seeing. He said, I was never afraid of this power, and this is paraphrasing. I've never been afraid of this power. I encountered this power once before, and I was not afraid, but I am now. A lot of people say, oh, it's Kylo Ren, because they reflect back to the burning of the temple. If he wasn't afraid to train Kylo Ren, but after he saw what Kylo Ren can do, he pledged never to do that again, and now he sees this power again in Rey, and he's scared. No, I think that's not what this means at all. Luke's biggest testament was taking down the Emperor, and he was not afraid to do that because he was not afraid in front of the Emperor. He wasn't gonna kill Vader. There was so much that he was doing to withstand the power of the Emperor, and he was not going to convert to the dark side either. That power that he saw, he was not afraid of, but now he sees it again in Rey. That unwieldy power. And this goes back to my theory that I think Rey is a descendant of Palpatine. If she's related to anybody. If she's related to anybody, my guess is it's Palpatine, Sidious, Sheev, whatever you want to call him. It's either that or she's related to nobody. But if you look at their fighting style, Rey is a Palpatine. And that's why Luke would not want to train her. Because there's just too much he would be capable of. Also, if you don't believe me, think about this. Palpatine, the most powerful guy in the entire galaxy. Why would he not want to have an offspring that would be able to rule the galaxy when he is gone? It just makes sense. Moving on. So then, right when Kylo Ren's music is about to play, they cut to Kylo Ren with his mask on. Once again, keep in mind his mask is on.
Let the past die.
And then Kylo Ren speaks, let the past die. He takes his helmet and he bashes it to the wall. Kylo Ren is a man of many faces. Kylo Ren is conflicted. When he killed his father, he wasn't necessarily proud, or he didn't feel alleviated like he was supposed to. It tugged on him, more so than he ever thought. Kylo Ren in this movie is very conflicted. He still has a mom. He still has an allegiance to the dark side. But we all know that he feels a little bit good on the inside, like he wants to help Rey and everybody else. He's conflicted. As soon as he takes that helmet and he smashes it, he is then seen in his TIE fighter, the TIE silencer. When he has his helmet on, he is training with Snoke. Those scenes with the guards, he all has his helmet on. He is with Snoke. When he has his helmet off in his TIE fighter, he has his helmet, once again, off. When does he take his helmet off? When he's no longer with Snoke. He is slowly unveiling the let's ditch the mask. Let's ditch trying to be like Vader. I'm going to be myself. And being himself is leaning a little bit towards the good side. Therefore, he takes his helmet off. It's a poetry-like scheme with Kylo Ren, and it's those little details you have to notice. Beautiful scene with Kylo Ren with his TIE fighter spinning. Pretty much he's saying kill your past to become what you truly are. He is one of the greatest characters introduced in all of the new canon because he's very relatable in many ways to a wide spectrum of people.
If you have to.
Beautiful scene with all these starfighters and cruisers. It reminds me of Episode VIII, that opening. And then we see Leia. She looks very concerned. Then it continues with,
That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Kylo Ren's target shows the Radis, which is Leia's ship. And he looks concerned. And then as soon as he's about to press the trigger, They cut to his face, and he pauses. And he doesn't know what to do. He's trembling, and then they cut to Leia, who looks like this could be the end. Now, we all know that Leia can use the Force. She is the daughter of Vader, therefore she has just as much Force in her as Luke. There's one of two things here. She's either feeling through the Force that she feels the presence of her son, or she's feeling the presence of Luke, her brother, and he's close by, or something. Kylo Ren doesn't mean he's going to take down Leia in this scene. He could actually be flying by the Dreadnought Snoke ship, we don't even know, and he could be willing to sacrifice himself. We don't know. And this was the part that I lost it. When this happened during The Force Awakens, when it just says this Christmas, that sheer feeling of it is so close, it is 2 months away. That it took a toll on me. It's incredible. The Millennium Falcon is seen flying through these crystal-like caves. I'm guessing that's the underground of Crate. Beautiful, beautiful shots. Our first in-movie appearance of a Porg, the toy craze. I gotta be honest, I'm not annoyed by it. I thought I would be, but I think he's kind of cute. And now we got my man Poe. Poe is my favorite character from the new trilogy. I relate to him. He's that daring guy. He's like that cool kid at school you want to hang out with, but so you really put yourself out there and hang out with them because he's just good at everything. That's Poe. And they show him, we are the spark that will light the fire to take down the First Order. I love that. I love my man Poe. Poe and Cassian Andor have some killer lines, and he's one to watch out for. He's maturing. He's not just this dashing pilot. He's the captain now. He is taking over. And I think it's because he knows Leia doesn't have long.
It'll light the fire. It'll burn the First Order down.
And then we got the part everyone's talking about. Phasma with her staff, and Finn with his traitor-like staff. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Traitor the Stormtrooper. And they're going at it. And if you look closely, where they are fighting in that same Imperial base seen at the beginning with Kylo Ren. There's a bunch of AT-STs, TIE fighters. This is exciting. And Finn is also wearing a First Order officer outfit, which means that he has infiltrated this base. So if that is the Dreadnought, then they got a guy on the inside. Beautiful shot of the you can even see John Boyega's face at the cap of Phasma's helmet, and you just see the velocity of that staff up against her chrome. Beautiful. This is the scene we should have had in The Force Awakens. Rather than Finn fighting some random stormtrooper, it should have been Finn and Phasma. I am so excited for this scene. And then you see it. You see the ship, the Dreadnought, Snoke's ship. Wow, that is a huge ship. The Resistance is going to have one heck of a time taking down this thing. And then, bam, you see BB-8, everyone's favorite droid, just hanging out. And then you see Luke Skywalker in the rain, on the ground. This is not going to go the way that you expect or the way that you think. He's down on the ground, and this is on his island. Maybe someone's fighting him. Maybe it's the Knights of Ren / the Praetorian Guards. Maybe him and Rey are having a little sparring duel, and she just lashes out. Who knows?
To go the way you think.
Then they have Leia looking pretty concerned on the base at Crate. And then they have Snoke's about to talk, saying, fulfill your destiny. And they cut to that Imperial base again, First Order base again, and they show Finn looking very nervous as he walks into that giant group of Stormies. And then there you go, that money shot of Supreme Leader Snoke. We have seen him in The Force Awakens in a hologram. We don't know his true size. Projectors are projected to be about 7 foot, a high 7 foot, close to 8. Who knows? You just don't mess with this guy. We don't know what his deal is. He is wrinkly. He is old. He has barely any eyebrows. One eye is higher than the other. He's an ugly dude. But he is powerful as heck, so it seems. There's been rumors that he can use telepathy, that he can almost force choke your mind, that he can move objects just with his mind. There's just been so much about him, manipulation, and then bam, you see Rey in that chair. I don't know if she's in a chair. It looks like she's just floating. You can see Snoke's robes in the back. Those maybe is Snoke's throne room. You have those Praetorian Guards at the ready to guard him. But Disney is lying to you. Do not be fooled by this scene. If you believe everything you're seeing, you are so wrong. And that's not to be a disrespectful thing. Look at this scene very closely. Outfits are key. Outfits are not just to sell toys, but it shows you parts of the movie. If you look very closely, Rey is wearing her outfit from Episode VII, her Resistance scavenger outfit. She still has the hair from Episode VII. Why would this be in the movie when she's still wearing her clothes from the last movie? For instance, the movie doesn't start with Rey in the clutches of Supreme Leader Snoke. This would have to be at least a halfway through the movie for him to have captured her. But halfway through the movie, why would she have been wearing the same clothes from Episode VII? We have seen this in toys and in trailers that she does have a different outfit. She has a different hairstyle, and she has like brown robes. She's wearing those same tan and light gray robes with her, 3 ponytailed like hair in the back. This is not what you're thinking. This is a vision. Rey has force visions. I think we can agree on that, something that makes her unique. The original teaser where Rey kind of wakes up and she's on all fours and she's really like nervous and scared. I have a feeling that this vision she's having right now where Snoke is grasping her mind, she wakes up from that, and then that's that scene where she's like all scared and panting. Because in this scene right now, she's screaming. She's so scared. Snoke does not get a hold of her in the first half of the movie. That's just, I don't see that happening at all. I'll bet all my money on that. Doesn't make sense. But this is going to be a great scene. Also, when Snoke's saying, "When I found you, you were raw, untapped potential," once again paraphrasing, he could be telling her that as he's doing that to her mind, to manipulate her and to think that I will train you, ditch Luke. It's interesting. And with that, the trailer is almost done.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
By the way, Daisy Ridley, she's hot. That's a great shot of her. She looks so great. So yeah, she's saying, I need pretty much paraphrasing again, I need someone to show me where do I stand in this giant situation that I'm in the middle of. And if you look at the background, it's like a campfire and they're on the island with Luke. She's still wearing the Episode VII garb, so she's still with Luke. And she's pretty much asking for guidance. Please teach me so I know my place in this giant battle. Then they cut to Kylo Ren sticking his hand out like, I'll be the one to show you. This could be true. Kylo Ren could show Rey the ways of the Force. But these scenes are not the same scene. Completely different. Rey was specifically talking to Luke. But then this scene, where it's fire all around Kylo Ren, maybe something's about to blow up, Kylo Ren sticks his hand out, asking for help or wants to provide help. Let's talk about who he could be sticking his hand out to. It could be Luke. If Luke is hurt from fighting Snoke, if Snoke does fight, and Kylo's like, I'm going to help you defeat him. Or I'm going to go out trying to help you. Or maybe he's in that First Order base and Finn got hurt from Captain Phasma and he can't make it out. So Kylo Ren's like, I'll help you get out of this. We might die, but we'll do it together. And it could be Rey. I can't defeat Snoke and you can't, so let's do it together because Luke's not here. Or Luke ends up being bad and Kylo Ren and Rey have to team up. There's so much here. There's so much. And it's so exciting. This is a beautiful trailer, guys. Beautiful. And then there you go. The goosebumps just roll down your skin. And you have The Last Jedi. Tickets available now, December 15th. I'm just talking to you and the goosebumps just rolled over my entire body. What a great time to be a Star Wars fan. What a great time to have the internet so we can see stuff like this. There's so much out there, guys. And Rian Johnson and the whole gang, Lucasfilm, they're expanding the Star Wars universe. I want them to take as many odd turns as they can. And there's still so many odd turns we haven't seen. They did not show Canto Bight. They did not show DJ, played by Benicio del Toro. They did not show Vice Admiral Holdo, played by Laura Dern. They did not show Rose, played by Kelly Marie Tran. There's also a new A-Wing pilot that has like pinkish hair, and she's friends with Poe. There's so much we did not see, and there's so much to be excited for. We're in for a great treat. Episode VIII probably will be the best Star Wars movie because of the amount of twists and turns that it will take, and it will surprise so many people. That color red that is used so predominantly, that's not a mistake. That is done for a reason. It is signifying death, or it is signifying something else that we're unaware of. But just keep your eyes peeled. Stay out of the interwebs too much so you don't get spoiled, because it's going to be a great movie and we're all going to experience it together. But with that, thank you guys so much for listening, watching too. It's just so exciting. But really, be a part of the family. Please like, subscribe, but most of all, comment. I love to hear people's Star Wars theories. I want to hear your theories. What do you think? What did I miss? All of that. I want to hear it. So feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I'm Vince. This has been the Vince and Al podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.